Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne's Sharp World, where today we are taking a look at another pretty new CJRB. This one's been out for a little while, and I've had it for a little while. I just haven't been able to get around to making a video for it due to my travel schedule, but I am back home, and this is the first one on deck, and I'm really happy to bring this one to you guys because this is CJRB going out on one very strong note for 2023, and what we have here is the CJRB Frac. Now, before I go any further into this review, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in today. If you like what you see, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, follow along, and I will continue to bring you the content. Now, let's take a look at some overall specs on this knife right here. We have an overall length coming in at 8.9 inches, a blade length of 3.9 inches, and a blade thickness at 130 thousandths. Blade material on this guy is AR RPM 9 steel with a very nice, rather unique drop point style blade, you'd probably call it. We have a flat grind with a handle length coming in at 5 inches and a handle thickness at 420 thousandths. And just due to the overall design of this knife, it feels like a rather thin handle, which really bodes well nice for the carrying capability of this guy. We have a handle material of stainless steel, which obviously this one is coated, and there's really a lot to like. I don't know if I've ever liked a stainless steel handle this much, and I'll explain that to you when we get to the handle portion of the review. We have a button locking mechanism and a user of a right or left hand tip-up carry, a weight coming in at 5.04 ounces, which for a knife this big, made of stainless steel, that's really a pretty respectable weight. And a price of $69. Very, very nice price for this. $69. That's a good all day in my books. Now, let's take a look at some size comparisons here, because this is a big boy. I have some bigger knives, but when it comes to CJRB, as you'll see here, compared to the Pyrite, or, geez, look at that, or the Echo, whoop, botched that one a little, massive knife compared to the Echo or Pyrite, and I'm sure a lot of you know pretty much how these two knives are in hand and just the overall size of those ones. So yes, it is a very big knife, and it's really a better size comparison for knives like the Civivi Praxis or the Civivi Conspirator. There really hasn't been a lot of CJRB knives of this size. I mean, this is a legitimately big knife, and when you see it's still considerably longer than the Praxis and the Conspirator, that says a lot. It does say a lot. So when it comes to the size of this knife, I do think it's actually a perfect candidate for a mini version that's not too mini, but something with like a 3.15 inch blade. Now, personally, I love this size, but let's talk about the blade first. The handle has so much to do with the size of this knife. Obviously, the blade is the other half of it, but just an absolutely beautiful blade here. I really love this blade shape. It's like a mashup of a drop point, a modified sheep's foot, a little bit of a spear point in there. It's got all sorts of different characteristics, nice lines, and it just looks really, really good. And when you combine that with the behind the edge reading of 18 thousandths and that wide, it's a rather wide blade, or tall blade, however you want to look at it. Really nice cutting geometry there. It's going to be a very nice and slicey blade for you. You have an excellent finger choil, and you can really, really choke up on this guy to where you can put it to all sorts of different types of uses, whether you want to, get real close and do a little detail work there, or if you want to get back in kind of just a regular, somewhat choked up position, or you can really reach back and it feels honestly just as good in this grip position. So it's very, very versatile in the hand, which is always a good thing. Anytime you can manipulate the hand position of your tools, you can just do more with it. And even if you can't do more with it, it just feels better. So always nice to have that versatility of just how you can hold your pocket tool, we will call it. Now, the handle itself, for just a stainless steel handle, like I was saying, this is arguably my favorite stainless steel handle I think I've ever come across for a few reasons. One, this handle is a big handle, and it's going to be loved by big hands, especially big, wide hands. I have relatively, long fingers, but when it comes to just, girthy, big, thick hands, they're going to love this handle here because there's a lot of room to hold on, lots of real estate. The milling pattern here of the frag is really, really nice. They did a really good job on it. It's nice and smooth, no errors or defects anywhere on it. Looks really good, and also this deep carry clip, so it carries nice and deep, and it's also going to carry very well in the pocket. So when you got this guy in the pocket, it's really not a wide knife, and you're going to see just about that much out of the pocket, and it carries nice and calm and quiet. The weight, the 5 ounces, in my opinion, unless you're wearing really baggy pants, you're not going to notice it. It carries great. And look at that close position. Very, very nice design lines on this knife. Very good looking knife. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this yet, but I'm pretty sure you can use the aftermarket milled clips that you can get from CJRB, like for the pyrite. I think those are compatible here. Let's take a look at something. Here's my pyrite. Yeah, that's gotta be compatible, 100%. So you can definitely use the milled clips for these, which would be very, very nice, be a nice addition to this knife here. So nice little extra option there. And then on the inside of this handle, you will see, look at all that internal milling. Let's see, what's the best way I can, yeah, there you can see it. I mean, there is internal milling throughout all the inside of this handle, and that stands for a lot of weight reduction. It's on both sides, as you can see. So a really, really nice amount of internal milling. You usually don't see that on a $69 budget knife. So well done, CJRB, there in those regards. And just a very, very nice handle and a really nice combination of just blade and handle aesthetics. I really look at this as a complete design. When this came out at Blade Show West, I was handling this, and I was talking to a couple of the guys at the CJRB booth, and I said, this one's going to be a hit, I think. And the one I was handling there, I was told by Russell of CJRB, there's also going to be a premium edition of this, which I believe is already out as well, with S90V steel and titanium handle. So another very intriguing option, but I gotta say, for 69 bucks, I'm really, really loving this budget version. I think the premium version is, I believe, like $199. So still not bad. If this is a knife that you really do enjoy, maybe you start out with the budget version. If you like it so much, you can upgrade to a more premium version. But I really, really like what CJRB is doing here. Listen to the power of this thwack. So nice. Very, very smooth. Which brings us into the action. And I have absolutely no complaints on this action. The button lock, the tension of the button lock is very good. It's very, very drop shutty, very easy. Very, very secure blade locked in there. And when it comes to the lockup, let's see here. Good amount of lockup. Pretty much the regular amount of lockup you get on any CJRB. So very nice job there. And this blade cutout is very versatile. You can obviously, you've seen me middle finger flicking it very easily. You can also thumb flick it very easily. And then of course it's a button lock. So you can just do the button fling, which is very, very nice. Really like how the action is complemented by the heavy blade on this, because especially when you go to middle finger flick it and you kind of just go up like this, it's a very smooth, and like I said earlier, very powerful thwack. Very, very fun to deploy, very enjoyable. Of course, with a button lock, you get that high fidget factor regardless, but when you have a blade of this size, I really think it just heavily improves the overall action of the knife. So really, really enjoy the action and really everything about this. Earlier this year, when CJRB came out with the Echo as well as the Pyrite, these two knives alone at like $59, $69 made for one amazing year for CJRB in general. Just these two. And then when you add the frac into the mix here at the end of the year, along with a couple other models that CJRB came out with, this has been a very, very complete year from CJRB from start to finish. And there's actually one more really good one I'm going to be bringing to you guys probably later this week. I've got a really long lineup of videos to go over with you. But there is another one that is also very, very nice. And there's also a premium version of this guy right here that I cannot wait to be bringing to you guys, hopefully very soon here. I don't have it yet, but I'm really, really excited to get that one. That's one of my favorite designs of the year, and I'm really excited to see what the premium version comes out with. But this frac It is up there. It's really hard to say I like it better than the Pyrite or even Echo because I thought both of those were amazing. But it is literally it's a dang good year for CJRB. The freaking frack has arrived. And I gotta say, I am thoroughly enjoying it. I would highly recommend it to anyone who was looking at it and thought they'd want to try it out. If you had any questions, I hope this video answered those for you because in my opinion, this is one very solid, complete, overall, fantastic knife, especially for 69 bucks. I don't think you can go wrong. That's it, guys. The CJRB frack. Let me know what you think of this one. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.